Here we go.
The Peanuts movie is directed by Steve Martino, and it is a Blue Sky production, and Blue Sky has made movies like Ice Age and stuff like that. And now the next task that they want to tackle is the Peanuts. Now, I was nervous going in because when I saw the trailer, I wasn't really grabbed by it, and I was kind of nervous for this movie because, like I've said before, movies like to ruin my childhood. And I've got to say, I was pleasantly surprised with the Peanuts movie. The plot of the Peanuts movie is simple. It's about Charlie Brown and the Peanuts gang, and when this new girl moves in that they refer to as the red-haired girl, when she moves in, Charlie Brown develops a crush on her. And the whole movie is him trying to muster up the confidence to go talk to her. And this movie is really broken up into 3 acts, where Act 1 is this way of talking to her, and Act 2 is this attempt of talking to her, and Act 3 is this attempt at talking to her. So each act breaks up different attempts at talking to her. And just like the original show, you really, really feel bad for Charlie Brown. Like, everything this guy does, it doesn't work out, and he's the nicest guy, and everything he does just fails miserably. He's really self-conscious, he doesn't feel like he's good enough, and I feel like this movie really hit that part on the head. The key to success with this movie is really sticking to the Peanuts formula. Each act, like I said, is him trying to talk to her, but each act feels like its own Peanuts episode. And it really stuck to the Charlie Brown is kind of the bullied kid, Lucy is the mean kid who is always putting Charlie Brown down, and every kid really stays the same. And when you're doing a movie based off these classic characters, you really don't want to tarnish these extremely original ideas that have been beloved for decades. If you don't know who Charles Schulz is, he is the creator of the Peanuts, and I have to say, if he was alive with us today, he would enjoy this movie. And Bill Melendez, who was the voice of Snoopy, has passed away as well, but he was able to voice Snoopy with the magic of technology, and they took old recordings of his voice and were able to use it now, which I feel like was really classic because his voice is easily recognizable, and I don't think this movie would have been able to pull off what it did with anyone else's voice besides Bill Melendez. Alright guys, so I'm really not feeling very good. I've had a sore throat for a few days, but I'm going to try to pull through and do the best review that I can. Something else that really worked about this movie is they didn't try to modernize it. Charlie Brown isn't talking to Linus with his iPhone, and they're not talking on Twitter. This movie really sticks to, like I said, the original Peanuts formula, where they're playing outside, and they're using their imagination, and I loved how they stuck to that and didn't try to make it too relevant to the kids. The characters are just as lovable as they were before, and they didn't try to relate to the new demographic. They just stuck to what they knew, and I think that was very, very smart of them. One of the brightest spots in this movie are Snoopy and Woodstock. They stole every single scene they were in, and they were completely hilarious, and they were absolutely adorable. Something that did bother me, though, was Snoopy is still doing the Red Baron thing, where he's sitting on his doghouse, and he's imagining being a, World War II pilot. And I don't mind that being in the movie. In fact, I expected it to be in the movie, but it was in the movie quite a bit, and I really feel like they did that to kind of grab your attention, to try to keep you interested in the movie in case you were interested in the plot, which I really didn't need because I was extremely interested in the plot, but I could see how a kid maybe wouldn't be. But I really feel like this movie didn't need all those scenes of the fighter pilot. I wish they would have slimmed down on them a little bit. But along with the Red Baron stuff, this movie teaches a great lesson of imagination, and that you can go outside and play with your friends, and that you don't have to be stuck at home playing Call of Duty all day. And that's just one of the many lessons this movie teaches. This movie teaches about hope, perseverance, and how it truly matters who you are deep down inside. It doesn't matter about how athletic you are, how much money you have. This movie teaches that if you're a good person, good things will happen to you. This movie has tons of nostalgia, and if you love the old Peanuts skits, routines, comic strips, movies, whatever, you will really enjoy this movie. As far as flaws go, besides the Red Baron thing, I really didn't have a lot to pick with this movie. And I really think that if you go into this movie trying to dissect this movie and try to think, well, what's the deeper meaning beside Peanuts, you're going to be disappointed because this is a kid's movie. And this is not a movie that where you go in with notes and write down every little thing wrong with the movie. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. Just enjoy the movie. If you're like me and you think that movies like this are just shameless cash grabs and that they just make them to make a ton of money and to sell toys, and you don't go see this movie, then you're part of the problem. Because this movie is probably one of the best childhood remakes into movies that I've seen. Keep in mind this movie doesn't have a lot of competition, but I think that's a really good thing about this movie is that it sticks to the original formula and it gives you what you go to see. I'm hoping this, along with Inside Out, will get nominated for Best Animated Picture. And also this movie really resonated with me because my dog just passed away, and this movie really hit home because of Charlie Brown's relationship with Snoopy, and because of that deep chemistry I had with this movie. I'm going to give the Peanuts movie an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked today's video. If you did, you can click on the link down below and subscribe to my channel to see more movie reviews and movie-related things. Again, guys, thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.